Hi there, Steve McGee in Parliament. Final day today, Thursday, the 11th of September. Almost getting towards the end of the day. There's about 7 minutes to go before the bells will ring. And then we'll go in and vote on legislation, and then some members will do adjournment statements. This week's been an extremely busy week and a historical week in Parliament. Historical because the treaty bill was introduced into Parliament by the Premier. And amazing, and we had many of our friends from the Indigenous community, the Uruk Justice Commission, the First Nations Assembly. It was fantastic to see them here, and again, this bill will be debated the next time that we're back in Parliament. So a historic moment in Parliament with this bill being introduced, and of course it will be debated. I did a member statement, and that was about the tragic and barbaric murders of the two young boys in Cobblebank on Saturday night, Chol and Dow. Going out to visit their family tomorrow. It was a barbaric action in what happened to those two young lads. We've had a meeting in here today of the South Sudanese Youth Justice Expert Working Group. We will be doing some more things out in Melton and in Wyndham, because there's been some ructions out in Wyndham. There's a fair bit of work going on. The police are out and about, and we'll let them do their investigations and bring these perpetrators to firstly to find them, capture them, and then bring them to justice in regard to the serious actions that they did against the two young boys. The other legislation that was debated this week was casino and gambling, which I spoke on. So that was done, and also rehoming cats and dogs legislation. I was prepared to speak on that, but unfortunately we've run out of time, so I won't get to do that one. Some other events that have happened this week. We had Voluntary Assisted Dying Forum and a Dignity with Dying Forum today. This is to do with some amendments to that legislation that will be introduced into Parliament shortly, and was talking about those amendments and also some lived experience people in regard to voluntary assisted dying, some relatives, but also people suffering with terminal diseases that have chosen that when the time comes that they want to be assisted to die in a compassionate, hopefully pain reducing way, and stop their suffering. So amazing stories and incredibly strong people. So it was good to go to that forum. Also, Football Victoria were here today. So that's for the people that think it's Aussie rules. It's not, it's soccer. So Football Victoria, talking about the future of the Football Victoria in Victoria. The growth is enormous. Obviously we can't build enough grounds for people to play and for kids and adults to play soccer, and I know it's an issue at Melton and it's an issue in all growth areas, but great plans by Football Victoria, and a number of people came in from different clubs. We had people coming in from the Young Football Club out of Melton. It was great to see them here in Parliament today, having the discussions around the progress and the future of Football Victoria. Free TAFE, we had a free TAFE event, and that was great, and Minister Gail Tini was the one that spoke at that one, and it was fantastic. We had the Australasian Railway Association in last night, talking everything railways, which is important to us in Melton, because as you know, we're the level crossing removers, new Melton Station, upgrade of the Melton Line, Cobblebank stabling yards, and of course electrification of the Melton trains, and that's what we're working towards, and hopefully we'll see an announcement about that, hopefully in the not too distant future. But of course, the Sunshine Hub is crucial for us at Melton. Spring Racing Carnival, they were here yesterday, Victorian Racing, had two beautiful retired thoroughbreds, Faulkner, who won the 2013 Caulfield Cup, and Twilight Payment, who won the 2020 Melbourne Cup. Two magnificent beasts out here in the gardens at Parliament. But then after that, Racing Victoria had an event inside Parliament, and it was fantastic to hear the launch of the Spring Racing Carnival, and again, it's one of our biggest events here in Victoria. It creates $3.1 billion of economic revenue to Victoria, 25,000 jobs in the racing industry. So it's an important industry for us and very well supported by the Victorian government. The NTEU Forum, which is the National Tertiary Education Union, they're the people that union members and lecturers, teachers, and other staff that work in universities. They were here to talk about some of the issues around universities and supporting them. They took a pledge from all the MPs that ended up at the forum. It's about supporting them in appropriate governance of universities, but also they will be discussing and negotiating wages and conditions coming up in the near future. So very supportive of our union members in universities. Really important that they are able to do their jobs well in good conditions, good facilities, good conditions, treated appropriately. And it was great to hear from them, and we thank them for coming in. And of course, a really important event on Tuesday, we had the Western homelessness agencies that cover many different agencies that cover and support our homeless people in the Western suburbs. They met with the Western MPs, talking about the areas that we need to improve upon, what extra funding they may need, and we're working together on that to try and reduce homelessness in the West. It's not an easy task. It won't be fixed overnight, but they work their heart and soul out, and it's amazing what they do. And we're here to try and support them as best we possibly can, and we thank them for all that work, helping the homeless people in the Western suburbs. I think that's almost it, but just before I finish, we were just out the back in the gardens with the Telangana Indian community. It's their Bathukama Festival. It's a festival of flowers, beautiful colours and dance and music and sweets, typical of the Indian community, all the fun and festivities. And this is their 6th year that they've come into Parliament. First time they've held it in the gardens, and it was very colourful and very nice and great community. And it was great to be out there. Had a few photos, so you'll see a few photos in the next few days. I think that's it. Big week. Back in Melton tomorrow. Back in Melton next week. And we'll see you out there. Thank you.